opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests and not necessarily those of the staff or management of KLAV.
Hello, welcome to KLAV 1230 AM, the Discussion Exchange Show with Elaine. And today we're going to have a very special guest on from Winster.com, the co-founder. Her name is Michelle Kaplan. Also, we're going to be playing some music from our favorite, Angelate, and also John Dartnell, I'd like to introduce. And then we're going to, of course, have Chaz on again this week. So stay tuned. I'm going to be playing a song from Angelate right now, and I'll be back in a few. Thank you.
The bass, sad pretty face, gaze. He felt an urge to embrace. Simple lights, back to the car. Can't be too far. Oh, in silence they entered his place. Mascara spreads, veiling the face. He couldn't guess. He kissed her and let go her dress. Sleepless nights are left by the door, only to her. Now he belongs only to her. Rising sun is burning the room, coming too soon. Oh, bringing no hope for the doom. She was gone, cuffed to the bed. They found him dead, and little girl picture that said.
Hello, welcome back to Discussion Exchange. And this is Elaine, your host. Sorry, I'm here. Okay, last month I told you guys what my favorite pizza place was. Does anybody out there remember? Give me a call and let me know if you remember my favorite pizza place. Call-in numbers are for locals is 702-731-1230, 731-1230. And for the toll-free, it's 866-820-5528. 1-866-820-5528. I'd love to hear from you. If you guys forgot my favorite pizza place, I'll let you know sometime throughout the show or near the end of the show. Also, today I'll be giving away free video games. They're Christian video games by LB Games. And you can find them, they have a store on their online site at inspiredgames.com. Make sure it's inspired, because when I put it in the Google bar, you see a lot of inspired, which is not their site, like the letter N, inspired. It's inspired, INSPIRED games.com. And you'll see, introductions and little paragraphs about what each game's about. You have I have 4 games here. I got Left Behind, it's named. It's a real-time strategy game based on the best-selling Left Behind book series created by Tim LaFay and Jeffrey Jenkins. Also, Super Pack, which is the children's learn valuable academic skills, while fun and lovable characters tell powerful stories from the Bible. Each story teaches a different lesson with 2 levels of difficulty. You get a choice of these, like when you call in while the gifts here are available. Then there's Keys of the Kingdom. I believe it's a brain-teasing logic PC game with scripture, which takes you to the romantic epoch of noble knights and heroic adventures. So then there's Praise Champion, which is up to 4 players can sing along to their favorite Christian songs. And there's a microphone included. And I'm giving these away. Thank you to LB Games. And so call in and get your games. So we have our first guest on right now. Her name is Michelle Kaplan. Hello, Michelle.
Yes. Hello, Elaine. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thanks. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And, I'd like to, why don't you tell the listeners, a little bit about you, and about,
sure. Yeah, no problem. I am the co-founder of a company called Winster, and we are an online game company at www.winster.com. And what we do is we provide games for people to play, and the twist is the more you work with other players, the more points you make, the faster, and the more prizes you win. So it's very different than most other games online where you're competing with other people. In this game, you are cooperating, so it's a lot of fun, and it's a way to make friends online and kind of just have a good time.
Yeah, I've played myself on there, and I can't believe the happiness and the niceness that goes on there. It's incredible.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you had a good experience.
Yeah, so about the website itself too. You could you can make friends via the website. You have profiles. It's
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun, and we have people playing from all over the United States, and we even have some people that are international players, although we can't ship prizes internationally, so those people are just playing just for fun, which probably most people are. But, so we have people from all over the country, a lot of rural areas and places like that, people who are up at different hours of the day and night and that type of thing who want to get online and talk to people that they know and kind of have some fun. So, you have profiles, you have things like that, you have your friends list, you can always
send
find someone.
Yeah, little notes and chats.
Yeah, chatting is a major part of the whole thing. So it's a lot of fun. I'm so glad you got on and were able to play.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. I'm addicted to it actually.
Oh good, oh good.
Yeah, it's funny because when I first went on there, you think of it as another game. You go on there and play games and you try to win, and you notice that you're not getting ahead, because you're trying to win, and and then the concept, you start figuring out that it's about sharing and it's about helping others win, and when you help others win, that creates more spins for you to keep on playing and to keep on winning towards your goal of prizes. And it's a free site, right? It's free.
It's free. Yeah, you can play for free. You can also pay to get more spins every day. You get more spins than a free player would, so you can upgrade to a paid membership if you like. There's a couple other advantages of that as well. You don't have to look at ads and that type of thing. So, but we've got a lot of free players, a lot of paid players. Yeah, and it's a fun time. As you said, the more when you start to play, you don't really realize. You think you're playing a pogo game or something like that, where you're just working for yourself and trying to do the best you can. But then you realize, actually, if you work with other people and you come up with a strategy of how to share your puzzle pieces and things like that, you can reach your point goal a lot faster. So, yeah, you're really incented to be friendly and to talk to other people and to work together towards your prizes. So, yeah, it's a real twist on what you think about when you think about normal online games.
And what inspired you to create
Well,
such a website?
it was really funny because I have 4 kids, and when I had my last child, I started playing double solitaire online. I don't know if you've ever played double solitaire, but you're playing against someone else, and you have 2 decks of cards, and you're going as fast as you can. And I found that it was a lot of fun just to play. It was sort of, like a mindless kind of thing. But you're playing against someone, and the other person would get mad at you a lot of times. You get sworn at, you didn't put the right card down, you got, and so it's sort of stressful because people were kind of like getting on you about things, and you felt like you were really competing and working, trying to beat the other person and outsmart them and things like that. And so I said to my husband, it's really fun to play these games, but the part I don't like is that, people are kind of getting mad and they're swearing and I feel like I'm really working against this other person, and I would rather feel like we were working together on this and both trying to get our cards in, but that's not the way that particular game works. And so that kind of planted a seed in his head, and he thought, you probably could have a game like that where people work together, and it would probably be a lot more enjoyable for people who don't want to have that kind of hostile, competitive type of game. I mean, some people like that, for sure, but a lot of people prefer to have the kind of fun, stress-free
Interaction. Yeah, and a
yeah.
nice, friendly interaction.
Right. It's like when you're, with your girlfriends or your family or whatever, you don't play the kind of games where you're kind of at each other's throats. You're kind of playing fun things. You're playing cards or you're playing board games or things like that. It's all in fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what we tried to do with the website, was make it so that it's just fun. There's nothing negative that happens, hopefully, when you're on there, and everything that happens is sort of a positive interaction for you.
Oh yeah, and if it's not, the friends on there will certainly
Yeah,
make
they'll
sure
be on
it's
there,
nice.
right? That's right. We have our own little police force on there. So
Yeah. What about why do you have hosts? What's a host and why do you have them?
okay, so a host is a player that's an experienced player. They've been on the site for a while, and they volunteer to help new players. So they get assigned, when a new player comes on, they're assigned to a host, and the host sort of walks them through the first couple games that they play, and it kind of explains to them what it's about and how you can get into these sort of sub-games where you work with other people to get more points and things like that. So, but the hosts also kind of see themselves as the I don't know how I would say. I would say not a little police force. That's kind of a cute way of describing it. But if people, don't behave correctly, or there's things like that come up, then they will try to tell them that's not the kind of site that this is. Please clean up your language or whatever's going on. So it's sort of a self-policing game where it's nice people that want to play with other nice people, and they don't really tolerate bad language or that type of thing.
Oh.
So that's kind of the role of the host. They initiate the new people into the game and kind of get them set up. And if you have any questions while you're first time playing, they'll help you and they'll introduce you to some friends and things like that. So people love being hosts. It's a fun volunteer job that they do.
Yeah, it's comfort from the get-go. You don't.
Yeah, so
It's
you don't.
pretty nice.
Yeah, and it's important because, as you said, this is not like a regular game where you're just sort of playing by yourself and doing your Scrabble thing or whatever it is. Someone's got to kind of let you know that there's other people that you're playing with and kind of what the etiquette is when you're in a game room.
So you mentioned it's a